Welcome to TouchPoints TV. I'm Debbie House, Editor-in-Chief of Retail TouchPoints, and I'm here today with Michael Colaneri, who's the Vice President of Retail for AT&T. Welcome, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So we're going to talk about some high-level trends in retail, and I guess my first question is really about that. What do you see as the key trends that retailers are talking about with you and just around at the NRF event this year?
That's a good question. Mobility is certainly at the top of the list. Integration and analytics. Mobility is a little bit more than just a smartphone that every consumer has in their hands now. They're looking at engaging with retailers through their e-commerce platform, through their mobile phones. They're shopping before they get in the store. They're continuing to shop with their mobile phone while they're in the store. From an integration perspective, retailers are very much interested in integrating the full experience, no matter what the touch point is, from that consumer, and then the analytics associated with the behaviors of that consumer so that they can create loyalty and create a relationship with the customer. Very, very important and common trends.
So what do you see as the specific challenges that retailers face as they try to reach the goals that you just outlined?
There are probably two key challenges. One is technological and one is business. From a technology perspective, there are multiple operating systems, there are multiple back-end systems, there are multiple point-of-sale systems, often within the same retailer's chain. So figuring out how to integrate all of those becomes a technological challenge for the retailer.
Right.
And from a business perspective, you're seeing a lot of movement toward a greater functional alignment, if you will, between the information technology function, the operations function, and particularly with the marketing or the digital media functions, all coming together in more of a streamlined fashion.
So I don't know if you're a fan of the term omnichannel. It's definitely being tossed around everywhere we go these days. But do you see the concept of omnichannel or multi-channel, however you want to talk about it, as a strategy that retailers are really honing in on now and continuing into the next few years?
So I think I would clarify first, what does omnichannel mean? When I hear omnichannel, I'm listening to a retailer looking at every single touch point that consumer might have with them. That's typically e-commerce or a web portal, call center, the point of sale inside the store, and the ability for the retailer to engage and create an experience that's really rewarding for that consumer so that they want to return to that retailer is very, very important. And I do see that continuing. It's become a very big, prominent buzzword, as you say, this year.
Yep.
But the concept of engaging the consumer, no matter how they interface with that retailer, is very, very important.
Right. So finally, what advice would you give to retailers, or when you're having conversations here at NRF or any other day of the week? What steps should they be taking in order to make that omnichannel dream a reality?
That's a good question, and it's something that we've gone through ourselves at AT&T. We're the 12th largest retailer domestically in the U.S. today, so we've gone through this whole experience of, number one, aligning our functional organizations and certainly trying to create an experience for our customers. We've won awards for retail store design, for customer service, for breadth of portfolio of products that we offer in our stores, and the ability to integrate all of that into one experience so that you create not only a consistent experience, but then also the loyalty associated with that so that consumer comes back to you time and time again. That's exactly where you want to focus.
So you're the perfect one to share advice because you're on both sides of the coin, so to speak.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, and I wish you the best at the rest of the NRF event.
We appreciate it.
In 2014.
Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for joining us as well.
Thank you.